Welcome to the
Hello everyone. How y'all doing? Oh, first ever live with webcam as well. It's about to be fire. Well, I hope that everybody that's watching this is doing okay. And yeah, let's start learning stuff. Right? Let's go. Let's see if the audio is good right now. Copy the code, right?
In this lesson, we're going to learn CSS, or Cascading Style Sheets. Based on the name, it's used to style our web page. So it's used to change the appearance of our HTML elements. So I've actually prepared a project that we can do in the HTML elements.
CSS is basically the change
So I've actually prepared a project that we can do in this lesson. So we're going to open this project by going to supersimple.dev/exercises/buttons.
customs.
So on this webpage, I have some really nice looking buttons from famous websites, namely YouTube and Twitter, that we can copy and practice our CSS with. So we're going to go into our code and we're actually going to create a new file for this exercise. So let's create a new file and let's call it buttons.html.
File. New file. Yes.
And we're going to open our new HTML file in our browser. So let's open the folder that contains our code. We're going to right click, open with Google Chrome. And now I'm going to set this up by moving our reference design to the bottom like this, so that it's easier for us to copy it with CSS. I'm just going to move that to the corner, and then we can work here. So first, let's work on creating the subscribe button. So just like we learned before, we're going to create a button using HTML. So less than, button, greater than. And then inside our button, we're going to have the text subscribe. And now let's save and refresh our page. And now we have our button. Next, we're going to start changing the appearance of this button so that it looks like the subscribe button from YouTube. Let's go into our code and we're going to start writing some CSS to change the appearance of this HTML element. So to write CSS, we have to create a new element called a style element. So this style element is unique in that it doesn't appear visibly on the page. So for example, if we save our file and then we reload the page, the style element doesn't actually create anything. So the purpose of this element is that inside this element we can write CSS code, which modifies the appearance of other elements. Element is unique in that it doesn't appear visibly on the page. So for example, if we save our file and then we reload the page, the style element doesn't actually create anything. So to write CSS, we have to create a new element called a style element. So this style element is unique in that it doesn't appear visibly on the page. So for example, if we save our file and then we reload the page, the style element doesn't actually create anything. So the purpose of this element is that inside this element we can write CSS code, which modifies the appearance of other elements. We can write CSS. CSS code, which modifies the appearance of other elements. For example, let's write our first bit of CSS code. We're going to type button, open squiggly bracket, close squiggly bracket. And then inside these brackets, we're basically going to give instructions to the computer on how to modify the appearance. For example, we can set the background dash color colon red and semicolon. So make sure that you write this out. Out exactly as I have it here, so that we're following the syntax rules for CSS. So let's save this file and refresh our page. And now you can see that we set the background color of the button to red. So as you can see, CSS is similar to HTML. We're simply giving instructions to the computer, and then the computer follows our instructions step by step. And just like HTML, we have to follow certain syntax rules when writing our CSS so that the computer understands our code. So what are the syntax rules for CSS? How does this code work? So the word at the front here is called a CSS selector. It tells the computer which elements on the page we are targeting. with our CSS code. In this case, we are targeting all buttons on the page, and we'll we're going to change the background color of all buttons on the page to red. Now inside these brackets, there are other rules that we have to follow. The text to the left of this colon is called the CSS property. It tells the computer what we are changing. To the right of the colon is the CSS value. It tells the computer what we're changing the property to. The CSS value. It tells the computer computer what we're changing the property to. In this case, we're changing the property background color to red, and that's exactly what the computer did. The colon is here to just separate the property and the value, and the semicolon here is just like a period in English. In English, you end sentences with a period. In CSS, you end a style with a semicolon. So that's what all of this syntax means. So we can actually add multiple styles inside these brackets. So let's go ahead and add another style. We're going to change the text color to white to match this design. So the property for changing the text color is called color. So notice that it's not called text color. Text color to white to match this design. So the property for changing the text color is called color. So notice that it's not called text color. It's just something that we have to remember. We're going to change it to white, and we'll end it with a semicolon. Let's save and refresh. And now you can see that we changed the text color of this button to white. And that's basically how CSS works. We tell the computer what we're targeting, and then we give some styles. And the computer is going to apply these styles one by one. So let's do another example. This time we'll set the border property. So notice that our button has a border while the subscribe button here doesn't have a border. So we're going to set the border property colon to none. And we're going to save this file and refresh. And now we just remove the border. So if you look at our styles here, it's actually pretty straightforward. They're pretty easy to read.
Yeah.
We set the background color to red, text color to white, and border to none. So just like HTML, CSS is pretty straightforward. We're essentially just giving the computer instructions. So the general technique for going from something that looks like this to something that looks like this is to just change these styles one by one. So we're going to continue changing styles one by one until we get our design here. The next style I'm going to change is the height. So our button is a little bit short. I'm going to make it taller. So I'm going to set the height to something like 50 px. The px here represents pixels. Pixels are a very common unit of measurement in the digital world. Image sizes are measured in pixels, video sizes are measured in pixels, and your screen size is also measured in pixels. In this case, we're going to set the button height to 50 pixels. And don't worry too much about knowing what 50 pixels looks like. The more that you write CSS and work with pixels, the more you get a sense for how big these measurements turn out to be.
Yeah.
So for now, let's save this file and refresh the page.
Oh.
And now we have a button that is 50 pixels tall. But it actually looks like it's a little too tall. So I'm going to change the height to something like 30 pixels. And we're going to refresh the page again. And I actually want it to be a little bit taller. So I'm going to change it to maybe 36. I'm going to refresh. And I think that looks pretty good to me. So you see that in CSS, we do a lot of trial and error to get our measurements right.
Yeah.
Now let's keep working step by step to get to our design. Next, we're going to adjust the width. So let's change this to something like 100 pixels. Let's see how that looks. I'm going to save it, refresh, and I think it looks a little bit too small, so I'm going to increase it just a little bit. 105. And refresh. Okay, I think that looks good enough for me. Next, we're going to change the background color because currently our red is not the same as our design. So VS Code has a really nice feature, which is a color picker. So if we hover over this...
Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. Let me just write the rest. Height should height, and then he did 36, but I think 36 was a little bit much, and then forgot to fucking write.
This code has a really nice feature.
Width, okay. Width 205 pixels.
Which is a color picker. So if we hover over this color box here, it gives us access to a color picker that we can pick another color with. So I'm going to pick something that's a little closer to what I see at the bottom. And don't worry, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to pick something like 200, 0, 0. I'm going to save this and refresh. Okay, so I think that looks close enough. So you might be wondering what this value means. We went from a color of red to RGB 200, 0, 0. So
yeah,
this...
Okay, I think I know. Let me just... Yeah, RGB is another value. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because it's red, green, and blue, right? Red, green, blue. Yeah, RGB is red, green, blue. And so red is the first one, so being 200 and the other 0, and the other 0 means that yeah, red is going to be okay. Yeah, makes sense.
RGB value is another way of measuring color. It's a more precise way of measuring color than just using a word like red or white. So the way that RGB works is that pretty much every color can be created using a combination of red, green, and blue. So that's what this syntax represents. The R represents how much red we have in this color, G represents how much green, and B represents how much blue. And these three numbers represent how much red we have, how much green, and how much blue. The minimum value is 0 and the maximum value is 255. So if we removed all the red and green and we just have maximum blue and we save, that's going to get us a blue color. On the other hand, if we have all green color and we get rid of the blue, we're going to have a green color. So this is basically how RGB works. It's a combination of red, green, and blue to create any color that we want. Now don't worry too much about knowing what an RGB value looks like. For example, if you have a random value like this, if you gave this to me, I wouldn't even know what this color was. Usually I just use the color picker to pick the color that I want, and then it will give me the RGB value that I need. The only RGB values I suggest you remember are if we set all the colors to the maximum value, so 255, 255, and 255.
It's gonna be black, right?
This creates white.
Yeah. And if it's 0,
we save it and
black.
refresh, that creates white. If we set all of these three to 0, that creates black. And we refresh, that creates a black color. So now let's go back to what we had before, which I think was 200, 0, 0, and we'll save and refresh. And the next thing we're going to change is, you might not be able to see it, but if we zoom in here, this button has rounded corners, while our button has pointy corners. So to make rounded corners, the CSS property for doing that is border.
For that, let me because subscribe is not full caps. Subscribe. Then close enough. It's like, I think it's bigger now. do, for example, maybe 20, and here 45. Let's see. So less. I think this doesn't change much. I think 38 maybe. It might be 40. And here might be 10. Here and here. Oh, I got it. Why is the text different though? Is it bold? No, I don't think it's bold. I don't know. Ah, actually I got it right. But yeah, let me focus on the corners now.
Dash radius, and the border radius takes a pixel measurement. The higher the pixels, the more round the corners will be. So for now, let's try :2 pixels and save. Now if we refresh the page, our button now has rounded corners just like our design. I'm going to zoom back out and zoom back out. So the last thing I'm going to change is if we hover over this button, you'll notice that our mouse turns into this sort of hand. This hand is called a pointer. So we're going to change the cursor.
Does it do that to me? Yeah, it does. It does. Okay, so before that, let me just do the border radius. Border radius. Oh, it's all caps. Shoot. Border radius. Then 2 pixels. Let's save. Let's see. Yeah. It's good, it's clean. And it goes transparent as well when you go over it. That's cool. Let's see the first course.
The mouse, this thing that you point around, is usually called a cursor. And we're going to change the cursor to a pointer. Let's save and refresh. And that's how you get this hand whenever your mouse is over this button. So that's basically how we go from a basic HTML button to something that looks more professional. We create the button with HTML, and then we set the styles one by one. Now you might be wondering, how do I know all of these CSS properties? How are you supposed to memorize all of these? So usually when I don't know the CSS property for something, for example, if I want to create rounded corners, I would go to Google and search something like CSS and what I want to do. So let's say I want round corners. And usually the first few links give some really good suggestions on what the property is. So here right away we have the border radius property in the first link, and it gives us some sample code that we can use. So that's how I discover all of these CSS properties. I look at a design and I ask myself, okay, what do I need to achieve this design? And then I search for it in Google. So don't worry, as you use CSS more and more, you're gonna have to Google things that you don't know, and you'll just get used to the process of finding answers by searching for them.
Yep.
But for the purposes of this course, I'm going to give you a lot of these CSS properties so that you can get some good practice with them. The next step we're going to do is to copy this join button. So let's create a new button on our page with HTML. And this is going to be the join button. So we're going to put the text join inside this button.
Yeah, but wasn't that a problem while he said if you do this button and then the brackets, it stylizes for all of the buttons. So how does the
Let's save it and refresh. And unfortunately, it looks like our join button looks like these.
oh, I forgot to do the border, but it didn't show how to do the blurry thing. So since he didn't tell me how to add that blurry thing, let me just first of all cursor and then pointer. Yes, save. Yes, it's working. Nice. And then CSS. How do I say it? Not blur button while cursor is on it. I don't know. Let's see. Overflow ensures blood doesn't spill out if needed. So let's see. What is the position? Let's see. Separate background and text. Use an absolute position or div for the button color and another for the text. Apply the blur filter only to the blur. Apply overstate. Yes. Use the hover pseudo class to remove or add the filter blur property. Let's see. See, I don't understand most of the stuff that's in here, but let's try to understand it. Let's see. Text clarity. Do not apply filter blur directly to the button or span containing the text, as this will blur the typography. Instead, isolate the filter. Also support the filter. Still don't understand it pretty much. Where is the W3? W3 schools. Let's see if here shows. Oh, it doesn't show, right? Or does it? Right. Is it this? Transition? Oh, it shows various types. So this is like a kind of blurry thing, right? Which is the transition. Oh, it becomes. Oh, okay, makes sense. Makes sense. I thought it was blur, but it's the opacity. Then this, which is. Is it? Font size, border radius, cursor, line. I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. Let's try it out. Let's try it out. Oh, let's try it out. Wait. Oh, it's that thing. Right? Subscriber. Where is it? Where is it? I still don't understand. This Oh, yeah, it makes sense. We have to create a class to determine. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah.
Subscribe button. And that's because in our CSS, this word button means that all of these styles are targeted to all buttons on the page. So how do we get these styles to only target the subscribe button? So we're going to learn a new HTML attribute that we can use for this. So remember in the previous lesson, we learned that attributes modify the behavior of elements. In this lesson, we're going to learn a very useful attribute that is used a lot in CSS. We're going to go to the opening tag again, and we're going to add a new attribute called the class attribute. So we're going to type class equals quotes quotes. So the class attribute basically lets us label HTML elements. For example, let's label this button the subscribe button. And also my code is getting a little long for this line, so I'm going to put the text on a new line to make it easier to read. So remember, according to HTML syntax, these extra spaces don't matter, they're ignored. So now that we set the class attribute, we've essentially set a label to this button, and we can target this label in our CSS. So to target a class in CSS, we can start with a dot, and then we're going to type out the class name. So we're going to type out subscribe dash button.
Yeah.
So according to CSS syntax, if we start this code with a dot, that means we're going to target a class name instead of an element name like button.
So let me put dot targets class
label to this button, and we can target this label in our CSS. So to target a class in CSS,
targets class in CSS.
says
example and then button. Oh, it has to be inside the button. Yeah, makes sense, makes sense. If I change this to point subscribe button, and then here class equals subscribe button, and I close it. Should work, right? Forgot to add the other button. Then let's join. Should be working, right? Yes.
We can start with a dot, and then we're going to type out. So according to CSS syntax, if we start this code with a dot, that means we're going to target a class name instead of an element name like button. So here, we're going to start targeting just any element that has the class subscribe button. So if we save and refresh, now you'll see that all of these styles only apply to elements that have the class subscribe, and our join button does not have any of these styles. Now multiple elements can have the same class, so for example, if I set the class of the join button to subscribe-button, all of these styles will be applied to any element with the subscribe button class. That's what this dot means, and that means these are going to be applied to this and this. So if we save and refresh, now the join button has these styles again because it has a class of subscribe button. But for our purposes, we actually want this to have a different set of styles. So let's give a different class to the join button. We're going to give the class join. And I'm also going to reformat my code a little to make it easier to read. So let's save and refresh. And now we're back to where we can start modifying our join button. Now let's start styling our join button to match our design. So remember, the general strategy is to create the element with HTML like this, and then style it one by one until you match your design. So first we're going to target the class. That's what this dot means.
Join button. name squiggly brackets.
We're going to target the class join-button. Okay, so let's set the background dash color to white.
Yeah, white.
Let's save it and refresh. And next, let's deal with the border.
Yeah.
So our border is a little bit gray. We can set it to
And thick.
maybe border dash color to blue. And let's see how that looks. Let's save it and refresh. Okay, so it looks a little darker than what we have in our design. Let's go into our color picker and pick a more accurate color. I'm just going to do this by eye. Don't worry if it's not totally accurate. We're just trying to get something that's close enough. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to pick something like, maybe something like this. Let's save it, refresh. And that's a little bit too dark, so I'm going to pick something a little bit lighter. Save it and refresh. Okay, I think that's pretty good. But we also noticed that our border is a little weird. So on the top, it looks like it's a lighter shade of blue. And at the bottom, it's kind of a darker shade of blue. So to fix that, we're going to set the border style to be a solid color. Let's save this and refresh. And now we get a solid color all around.
Oh. So you can have multiple shades of color. Okay. That's fire though. That's fire. So let's do the background. Background. Color. Then. Damn. White. Border. Color. Let's do blue. Then border. What was it? Style. Solid. Now on here, just to be like what about here? Something like that. Something like that. Something like that. Save. Yeah, when it's almost done.
Round. The next thing we can change is our border looks a little bit thick compared to the design. So we're going to change the border dash width.
Width, okay.
So you'll see that a lot of these styles are pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
So we're going to set the border width to, let's say, 1 pixel. Let's save it, refresh. Okay, so that looks pretty good.
Can you do 0.5?
Next, we're going to set the text color. So we're going to set the text color to blue and have it the same as our border. So remember, the property to set text color is called color, colon, and we're going to copy this color down here. Save it and refresh. Okay, so that looks a little light, but I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Now we're going to set the height and the width. So let's set the height to be something like 36 pixels to match our subscribe button. Refresh. Okay, and now we're going to set the width. So let's try, I don't know, 60 pixels. Let's see how that looks. Save and refresh. Okay, I'm gonna set it to maybe 62. Okay, let's save and refresh. And again, we're going to set some rounded corners.
Yeah.
So that is border dash radius 2 pixels. We're gonna save it and refresh. And now we're almost there to matching this design. The last one we're gonna set is cursor pointer to get that nice hand pointer when we're hovering over the button. So refresh. Now when we're hovering over the join button, we have this nice pointer icon.
Okay. So I need to border width, color, height, width, border radius, anchor. Why is it not working? Oh. Why is it like this? Semicolon expected. Why is it not working? What's happening? Here is working, so why is it? Oh, I'm stupid. Yeah. Okay. Now it's working. 36. Yeah. And then he did 62. Border radius, border. No, it's not right. Is it right? Oh, width. Here. 2 pixels. Then cursor. Then pointer. Nice.
So another thing we notice is that there's a lot of space between these two buttons, and there's not a lot of space between ours. So in CSS, space is called margin. So to add
space. Margin.
Space, we're gonna add some margin. So let's go to the subscribe button styles, and we're going to add some margin dash right. So we're going to add some margin or some space to the right of this button. And we're going to set the space to maybe 8 pixels. Let's see how that looks. Save and refresh, and that looks pretty good to me.
Yep.
So now we're done with the join button. Lastly, we're going to create this.
But why is it not telling us like how to do like this stuff? I guess it should be later, I guess. Sure. It should be later. So I have to add margin, right, 2 dots, this here, then it was 8 pixels. Let's see. Looks good. Is it supposed to be like this? Oh no, I don't know what happened. So It's not. Let's put 65 maybe. It's less. Maybe 64? 64. Why is the text like this? Don't understand. Well, it don't matter, to be honest. Right now it doesn't matter.
This tweet button. Let's go back into our code. And remember, our general technique is to, number 1, create the element with HTML. And then number 2, style it with CSS one by one. So we're going to create a button with a text tweet. I'm going to move my editor a little bit to the right here so we can see it. I'll move this here as well. And let's refresh our page. So now this button has the same style as a join button because it has a join button class, and that's being targeted up here. So instead of the join button, we're going to give a class or a label of tweet button. Now save and refresh, and now we're back to the default styles. So in our CSS, we're going to write some code. We're going to target the class. So we start with a dot to target a class. We're going to target the tweet button class. So just like our other buttons, we're going to adjust the style of this button one by one until we match our design. So let's start off with the background dash color. Let's set this to blue to start off with. Now I'm going to try my best to match the Twitter blue that we have here. So I'm gonna pick something like this, and I think that looks pretty good. Save it and refresh. Okay, we'll leave it like that for now. We might adjust it later. Let's change the color now to white. So that'll change the text color.
Yes,
okay.
Remove the border.
Let's get rid of the border.
Yes, so none.
Refresh and
Then
save. Let's give it a height of 36 pixels to match our other buttons. Okay, and the color is a little bit off, so I'm going to adjust it just a bit. Maybe it should be a little more like this. Save it, refresh. Okay, I'm pretty happy with this. Now we're gonna adjust the width to maybe 105. See how that looks. Okay, that's a little too much. Let's adjust it to 80. Let's adjust it to 70. So as you can see, there's a lot of trial and error when we're working with CSS.
Yep.
Now to get this rounded effect, we can set a border radius. Let's start with 2 pixels. If we refresh, we get rounded corners. If we start increasing the pixels for the border radius, let's save and refresh, it starts getting rounder and rounder. So the trick to getting these round buttons is we have to set the border radius to half the height or the width, whichever is lower. So in this case, the height is 36. If we set the border radius to half of that, which is 18, save and refresh, that's how we get this rounded color. The last thing we're going to do is to
always
bold the
half
text
of
here.
the minimal number.
So in our design, this tweet text here is very bold.
Yep.
So we're going to make our font bold as well. So to do that, we're going to set this property called font-weight. We're going to set it to bold. Save and refresh. Okay, looks pretty good. It looks like this font is actually a little bigger than ours. So let's actually set the font dash size. Set it to maybe 15. See how that looks. Save and refresh. Okay, I think that looks pretty close. I'm gonna change the width to maybe 74. See how that looks. Okay, so I think this is good enough. Currently, we're just trying to copy things by eye. Later, I'll show you a technique of how to copy these colors and measurements exactly. But for now, it's good enough to be able to achieve these designs just by looking at them. So the last thing for this button is to add the cursor pointer. Let's save it and refresh. So if we hover over this button, we now get a nice pointer for our cursor. So the last thing I'm going to adjust here is the spacing between these two buttons. Remember, spacing in CSS is called margin. So we're going to...
Now let me do this before. So background, color and border. Background, color. Then it's blue. Change that later. Color. White. Then border. None. Right. Height 36 pixels. Width he did 74. And here let's change maybe here and here, something like that. Close enough. It could be a little bit lighter. Try here maybe. Yeah, pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. So then I have to add a margin. Let me just add the margin already. Margin to the right, then 8 pixels, and save. Yeah, should be good. It's good, it's good, it's good. Then I have to add the corners. So border radius 18 pixels. Forgot to save. Pretty close, pretty close, pretty close. Then I'll need the text. How do I make the text? I forgot. Font weight and font size. So, font weight and then bold. Font size 15. Pretty close, pretty close. Yeah. Then
add to the join button. Actually,
what was
let's add
the
it to
exercises?
just for practice.
No.
We're gonna add spacing, so we're gonna add margin
I want the solutions. I want
to the left, colon, and let's make it 8 pixels, like we had it for the subscribe button. Let's save it and refresh, and there we go. So
wait.
and
Oh,
let's
yeah,
make it 8 pixels, like we had it for the subscribe button. Let's save it and refresh, and there we go. So we took our basic buttons and we were able to copy these really nice looking designs just by looking at
Oh,
them.
it's here.
And the
Hover
technique that we use for doing
transitions.
this is, first we create the element with HTML, and then we style it with CSS one by one until it looks close enough to our design. So here are
Okay. Okay, so let's do the exercises on paper first. So let me see how I did. Okay, exercises before. Exercises. And
A
everything.
bunch of exercises from other popular websites that you can try out for yourself. This is a good challenge for you to be able to look at a website by eye, and
Then
this is a good
let's try these first. So let me write exercises, and then let's do 2A first. 2A. Okay. Without looking at anything, let's try to remember everything that I've learned. So let's write 2A. Let's do the Uber thingy. So first of all, I need to add the style, right? Style. Then let's do the dot Uber button. Over dash button, then the squiggly brackets. Let's see. So first of all, the button, no rounded corners, black backgrounds, and white text color. So background dash color, double dots, black should work, I think, right? Let's test it out. And in here, if you, instead of white, you write black, yeah, it works. So let me just Control save this. Let me just already new file, and then exercises. Should wait, I forgot to set the HTML thingy. New text file. No, not this. New file. Exercises 2.html. Yes, okay. Let's leave it here and here. So black background, then dot, comma, then color white, yes, color white. Then I'll just freestyle on paper. I'll just it don't really matter on paper because it's like he said, it's a trial and error, and since I'm on paper, I'll just do question marks, right? Yeah, question marks for pixels. Yeah, makes sense. So height, then question mark pixels, width, question mark pixel, and then it should be it, right? There's nothing to be added on the style. because it doesn't show. He doesn't show
Good
a
challenge for
pointer,
YouTube.
right?
Other
So, like,
popular
since it
websites
doesn't
that
show
you
a
can try
pointer,
out for
I
yourself.
assume that it doesn't have a pointer. But I'll add the pointer because it makes a little bit, like you said, professional. So I'll add the pointer. So let's do what was it? How do I do the pointer, bro? I know it's something. Double points pointer. Cursor. Yeah, that's it. Cursor. Double points pointer. Then it should be it, right? Let's close this and then close the style. And then let's add below the button class equals over button then close, then it's request now. Request now. And close the button. Okay. Let's see if I did it right. Like I'm gonna try to show. Let's see if I can show good. Oh, not. It's better if I don't do it here. Let's see. I don't think you guys can see it clearly. Let's see. I did this. I don't know if you guys can see it. But I hope you guys did. But yeah, let's do this now. Here, let's open it first. Open, yeah, so it stays here, right? Let's close this, and now let me type this. Like I said, first of all, let's do the button. Right, button, then class equals over button, then close it. Request now. Yes. Now, oh, what the fuck did I do? Okay, now let's add the style, then dot over dash button. Yes, squiggly bracket, and now background color, black, color, white, let's look at it again. Should be 30, something like that, pixels. And then the thing is should be width. Wait, is this badly written? Yeah, it was. Let's do 90. I think it's a good value, starting value. Cursor, then pointer. Just make it a little bit professional. Let's see. So it needs to be a little bit bigger, right? So let's try 110, maybe. Oh, I forgot the border. Oh, shoot. Shoot. Forgot the border. What does it have border? It sure seems here that it has a border. No? I think I'm tripping. I don't know, bro. Yeah, this is not good. This is not good. And then I need to add a little bit more height. Let's do 40. And then let's do border. None. Is it just that? I'll check it later. Let's see if it works. Now it's better. I think it's a little bit too much. Oh no. Maybe the text. I think it's the height. Let's do 38. 38. Yeah, pretty close. So let's see. Almost everything. I just forgot the border. Yeah, just forgot to add the border and say none. So let's correct this here. Forgot to add the border. None. Pretty close though. Pretty close though. Here it's obviously easier because you can check if it's right or wrong. I'm just doing it on this little book, so like I'm better at it. I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like writing on paper would be like a great step for me to memorizing better. So that's why I'm doing it here as well, instead of just doing it here. Let's do all of these exercises, all of these, not the last one. The last one will be in a different like document because it has more stuff to it. But here it's easy stuff, right? It's way easier. But let's see. Okay. Amazon. Let's do to be Amazon. And let's start. So, first of all, style. Post style. Then let's put Amazon button. So this is going to be our class, right? Amazon button, and then open the squiggly brackets and let's start. So first of all, so background color is yellow. I'll write the RGB, right? But it's yellowish. And then color black for the text. Then height and width, it's things. Border, remove the border, don't forget the border, right? So let's start. Background color. Dash color. Let's do RGB. And then 255, 216, 20. Color. Black. Okay. Now, border. None. Height. Exclamation marks. And width. Exclamation marks. Then border. Is it border? Yeah, I think it's border radius. Is it? I think it is. Shoot. Now I'll have to go back and check it. Oh yeah, I didn't write anything here about the border radius. I have to check the other. Yeah, it's border radius. Damn, bro. Come on, you have to trust your gut more. Border radius. And then half. But since I don't have anything, I'll do exclamation marks. Pixels. Right. And then let's see. Everything alright? Background color, check. Color, check. Border, none, check. Weight, height, width, and border radius, check. I think everything is good. Everything's good. I'll add the margin since I'm doing these exercises all in one thing, right? I'll just add it like after. But I think everything is good. Oh, forgot the cursor. Almost forgot the cursor. Cursor. Pointer. Then, yes. Then close style. Oh no, forgot to close the squiggly brackets. Close the squiggly bracket. Style. Now let's do the button. Button. Class. Amazon button. Close, and it's add to cart. Add to cart, and then close button. Let's see. I think everything is good. Let's show it to the camera. Let's see if you guys can see this. I generally hope you can. This is the exercise. Like everything is done. Okay, now let's test it out. Let's test it here. Let's see. First the button class. I forgot the equals. I was so fucking, oh my god. I didn't even write it here and I knew. Oh my god. So Amazon button, then close, then add to cart. Here I'm gonna do dot Amazon dash button. Now background color RGB. Then you put this. Needed 255, 216, 20. Almost forgot to close this. Wait, is it not working? Let's save. It's not working. So do I have to add the color first and then you can add RGB? Did I fuck it up? Like, let's see. Does it have to be? Yeah, it has to be closed. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense, it has to be closed. Okay, makes sense. Color. Black. Right, then border. None. Say let's do 28. Then with like it's a big one, right? It's like crazy big. I bet it's like 140. I think that's a bit much, but let's just try. Border radius. Cursor. Pointer. Right, and here 14. Save, and let's see. Pretty close. Is it bold? I think it's bold, no? Oh, no, I don't think it's bold. But it seems quite good. It seems quite good. So let's add the margin. This is not for the exercise, but margin to the right. Then 8 pixels should be good. It's good enough. It's good enough. Let's set the margin again here. Right. 8 pixels. Save. And of course, we can't see it now. Okay, so now for 2C GitHub. 2C. Let's start. Style. GitHub button. Okay, let's see. Background, it's green. So background slash color. Let's see. RGB 46 164 79. Close this line. Color white. Color white. Border radius 2 pixels. Pretty sure it's 2 pixels. Then height exclamation point pixel. Then width exclamation point. Oh, I almost forgot again the border. None. Now cursor, pointer, then close the squiggly bracket, and now let's add the button. Class equals, don't forget that, GitHub button. GitHub button. Now close this. Sign up. And then close the button. So let's see. Background, color, border radius, height, width, border none, cursor, then the button. I think that's it. Let's show it again. Right. I think you guys can see. let's see now. Let's put it to the test. So let's add a button first. Button class equals GitHub button, and then sign up. Right now, GitHub button, squiggly bracket. Now let's get to background color, then RGB 46 164 79. Color white, border none, border radius 2px, height, let's do a height. Let's see the height, so similar to this, maybe a little bit less. So I did 38, let's do 36. And now width, should be low, like maybe 80, 90, something like that. Let's do 80 first, 80. And then cursor, I should pointer. I think that's all. Let's see if it works. Oh, it works. Is that a... Oh, it's bold. No? Is it bold? Sure seems bold. It sure seems... Yeah, it's bold. Let me write. It sign up is bold. Sign up is bold. Yeah, it is bold. Damn. It's difficult to see. Like, if you're not testing it and seeing the difference, it's difficult. At least for me now. Like, now I can see that all of these are bold. But like, these two aren't bold. These two aren't bold. If in the exercise solution it says that these two are bold, then I'm blind. I don't know, bro. Like, these two don't seem like they are bold. But this one is, yeah. This one is. So let's add it. Let's come here and let's add. Oh, I forgot how to add the. How do I add it? Damn. Font weight, yeah. Bold. Let's see now. Yeah, it is bold. Oh, it's more pixels though, here and here as well. Here it's less. Oh, wait. Let me zoom out. Yeah. Bit a little less here, more here, and more to the corners. So let's test 8 here. Let me... 8, no. Shoot. Yeah. 8 here. It's a little bit less, so 34. And here it's a little bit more. Let's try 90. I think 90 is a little bit too much. It's close. I think it's less, maybe 4 here. Let's see, 4. I think it's 4. Sure seems like it. And font size, I think it's bigger, no? Why does it seem that it's like more here? Why does it have this space here compared to this? It's like less space? I don't know. But I think it's that this is the exercise and all those minute details. Let's do 2D now. Almost done. So let's see. 2D. 2D. Let's see. Style. Okay, let's see. So first of all, let's add the class. Okay, the title will be Get Started, all together. Get Started dash button. Squiggly thingy. So background color, and it's RGB 121 82 179. Now color, white, border none, border none. I think I wrote border wrong, no? No, I wrote it right. Border radius, border. Oh, shoot. Border radius. Now, I think it's 2. Sure seems less than the sign up. So I bet it's 2, but I'll do the question mark and test it on my PC. Now, background color is done. I need the bold thingy, but let's first do the height. Height. And then width. Font. Then bold. Now cursor, pointer. Close the squiggly thingy. Right. Now let's do the other one. Let's create a class and let's call it download. Download button. Squiggly bracket. And now background color. White. Color RGB for the text and 108 slash not slash comma 117 125. Shoot, I forgot how to add the border thingy. So border should be like 1 pixel. Border 1 pixel. I don't remember how to add the same color to the border as like the other stuff, but I bet it's border slash color. I guess makes sense. So I'll write it here. Border slash color, and then RGB. 108, 117, 125. Background color is white. Text is done. Border yes. Border color yes. Now border radius should be the same. Border radius should be 2, but I'll write exclamation point, sorry, here. More. What I need more? I need I need height. Width. Shoot. Now what do I need? I need something. I feel like, okay, I need the cursor. Pointer. Okay, let's see if I need something else. So background is done. Color of the text is done. Color of the border and its pixels are done. Radius is done. Weight. Height. Sure seems like the download button is a little bit... Oh, I need the bold. Yes, yes, yes. Font. Wait. And so weight. Bold. What the fuck do I do? I think that's it, right? Close the squiggly thingy. Now I have to add the buttons, which are the easiest part, to be honest. Button class equal. Now get started button. Get started button. Let's write get started. Close the button. Now let's do the other button. Download. Then download. Oh shoot. Okay. So this is my fourth exercise. It's quite big. Let me just show the first part and then I'll show you the second one. Right. And then here button. Right here I kind of fucked it, so I had to put the thingy below. But yeah, let's see if it works. No. Let's see. Oh shoot. Oh no! Before I do it, I forgot to... Well, it doesn't seem like much. Oh, it's 8 pixels, yeah. It's 8 pixels. So let's add... Let's add it on the download button. So it has to be to the left. So it is, how was it? Margin, yeah, margin slash now left, and let's add 8 pixels. Close the thingy. Yo, and Link. Thank you for the kind message, bro. How you doing? Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, now let's try it here. So, okay, first of all, oh, thank you for the follow, man. Thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. You're good? Nice, nice to hear, man. That's what we like to hear. Now I'll have to add the button. Class, and then get started. Slash button. Just made my day, man. Showing up to my stream, man. Just made my day. Get started. Then I'll have to add the other button. Download. Hey, always glad to see how people do. Yeah, man, I bet it's fun. Now I'm learning how to work with CSS. So I'm like basic as I don't want to swear, but like I'm basic now. Really starting off. So especially when it comes to learning. Oh yeah, I bet that's cool, man. That's why I'm doing this type of content, because I know some people like to watch. I know some people like to watch others learn and watch their journey, so that's why I'm doing this. And I hope I'll be entertaining for people. So yeah. Now I'm just doing some exercises, trying to learn basic stuff for CSS. And yeah, it's going nicely for me at least. Still learning, grinding my ass off right now, but yeah. Border radius, I think it should be 2 pixels. 2 pixels. Height. Let's see the height. This should be like this, and this was what? 38. Yeah, I'll do 38 and then I'll change it if it's not width. Good to hear. To hear you probably will be better at CSS than me in a day. Anyway, I suck at getting modern web stuff to look good. Well, I'm watching a pretty good video. Let's see. It's this video from Super Simple Dev. And it's a full course. If you want me to link it to you, like, it's pretty good, bro. It's pretty good. Like, I'm learning so much. First one, it was HTML basics. I did it offline. I still didn't have the idea to stream my journey. But yeah, this is a pretty good video. Like, it teaches you a lot. Gladly, but I doubt I'll use it. I don't really do web. Oh, what do you do then? What do you do? Let's see. It should be maybe 100 pixels. I work in systems programming and embedded. What does that mean? Because I'm Portuguese, so like I always try to translate stuff, but like I don't know what is that? What do you do actually? Like, do you code? Do you design? What do you do? And then bold. I work in yeah. I almost read the same message, bro. Can tell I'm new to this. No worries. Writing low-level stuff like drivers, or I often make tools for my company that we use at the factory for production. Oh, so yeah, programming but not end user facing. Oh, okay, that's cool, man. Congratulations. Like, is it your actually company, or do you work for a company and you just say my company as like normal thing? I don't know. Work for a business. Yeah. Okay, nice. What business do you, if you don't mind me asking? Oh. What? What is this? I don't want to do this. What the hell? Make single board computers for industrial applications. Oh, that's nice, bro. That's nice. Congratulations, by the way, on having good work. I hope you like it there. I hope you like it there, if it's chill. If the people there are chill to you. And you're chill to them, of course. I hope everything is good at work. Nice to hear. It's very chill. It's nice to hear, bro. Because you know, bro, like there's some works out there that, yeah, some people and bosses and stuff like that are not that cool. So like, I like to hear that you're doing good, brother. Yeah, I gotta get lucky. Yeah, sometimes you gotta get lucky. Yeah, but at the same time, if you don't like where you are, just leave, bro. To be honest, like it's better for you, it's better for them. But I know sometimes it's really difficult because like life, you have to how do I say it? You have to pay the bills, you have to take care of your family, and sometimes you have to make those sacrifices. But at the same time, bro, like at the end of the day, if you stay sane, it's way better for your family and for yourself as well. So like, yeah. But yeah, I'm really glad to hear that you're doing okay at your job. Oh, what was that? Oh, I wrote equal? Why did I write equal here? What? Oh. Two pixels. Should be good. Should be enough. Height, let's do 38 height. But I think the download, it's a little bit less on the width thing. So instead of 100, let's do 90. We sometimes end up making web interfaces for some use cases, but it is not me who designs them, luckily. What made you want to learn programming? I always liked programming in general, but it should be because of like games and stuff like that, like video games. And now I'm just learning HTML, CSS because I know it's a good thing to learn new things, but I also want to learn how to program games, like how to program better games, of course. But right now I'm just focusing on the web stuff, and then I'll move to the game design, game programming stuff. But yeah, I always like programming. So yeah, thank you for asking though. Cursor, pointer, then font. Bold. Then margin left. 8 pixels should be enough. I like doing some game dev in my free time, but nothing I ever intend to sell or whatever. Yeah, it's always good to like learn new stuff and try new stuff and see what you like and what you don't like. So yeah, if you like doing some game dev in your free time, just go at it, man. Like, it's really cool to like learn new stuff as well. Okay, now let's see if the... Did I forget to add the... What I did here? What? Okay, let's... Oh! Bruh. Gnome is crazy. Okay, now it should be working. Yeah, now it's working. Let's compare this to this. More round, I think. Is it the font that is bigger? Why does it let me I don't know, I think it's because they just cut it out like really close. It's like a little bit different. Maybe a little bit less height, and the corner should be more aggressive. So like 4 here and 36 here. Let's put 36 here and 4 here as well. Let me put 5. Why isn't the border working? I think let's see. Yeah, this is good now. Get started button is good now. Where is the border, man? Let's see if I can figure it out. What's the value? Maybe I should... Oh, it's border width. Oh, when style, so the color doesn't change. Oh, I forgot this too. Not good. Shoot. Now it should be working. Yeah, now it's working. Why is it so... Oh, wait. Let me hit... Margin right. Nice. Yeah. I just forgot this. Let me correct it here. Where is it? It's here. Forgot to add. border style solid. Border width. Set. Let me this. See, let's exercise here. 2E. Bold. Okay, background should be the same color as here. Okay. Start. Style, and then dot. Let's do apply for the class. Apply dash button. Then squiggly bracket. Okay, let's start. So background. Dash color and RGB 10.02 194. Okay, now color white, let's see, height, width, border none, border radius is always half. To get this result, you always need to do half of the minimal pixels between height and width. Okay. Now So border radius. What do I need now? Font. I need font. Right? So border is completed. Now I need font. Weight. Bold. I think that's it, right? Cursor. Pointer. I think that's it. So background is done, color is done for the text color. Height, yes. Width, yes. Border, none. Border radius, yes. Font and cursor, yes. Okay, I think everything's done. Now let's create another class for save. Dash button. And now background color, white. Color, so text color. Now RGB. 194. What I need now. So let's do height and width. Okay, height and width. Now I need, so it was border height, right? Border height. Then did I do the border radius yet? No, I didn't do border radius yet. Oh, border style and border width. So border style, so the color doesn't change or doesn't have any gradient stuff in it. So border style. Border style and solid. Border width, pixels. Nice. So now what do I need? I need border radius. Radius what have I done? Background, color, height, width. So I need the cursor. So cursor, pointer, I think that's everything, right? Try the no, I didn't. Okay. So I need to font. So I need to do font. Weight. Bold. Now I need to add margin to the left because I didn't add the other one, so margin dash left, then some pixels, and now I close this. Now let's do the buttons. So button class, now let's see, apply dash button, and now apply on company website, and let's close the button. Now let's open the other button class save dash button, save, then let's close the button. Okay, everything seems fine, so let me show you. Forget about forget about this part. This was from the other exercise, from the 2D. Let's see if you can see well. It's the first part, right? Then this is the other part. Oh, wait. Yeah, I think you can see. Yeah. I'll let you take proper notes. Well, yes, I think it helps me memorize it better. And I'm doing the exercises on here as well. So like, I actually memorize all of these names and all of these stuffs. So then later on, I don't forget much. I know at some point I will forget something, but if it helps me like decrease that chance, like I'll always try. Okay, so let's do it now. So let's create the buttons. So button class, and now the name is apply button. And it's apply, what was it? Apply on company website. Now the other one is save button. Save. Okay, nice. Oh, let's see if the apply on company website. Okay, so no big letter here. Capital. I think it's capital, right? My English is good, huh? Fuck, you know. Okay, thank you. Apply button. Wait, why is it? Oh, because yeah. Okay, we have to do this. Okay, now let's see. So background color. In the background, RGB 10, 102, 194. Then color, it's white. Height, let's see the heights. It should be like this. It should be something like this. So what did I do here? I did 28 to 140. I think the width is going to be bigger. Wait, 28, right? Yeah. Width. Shoot. Let's do 140 and let's test. So let's save. Oh. Let's see, no, it needs to be bigger. So let's do maybe 60. No, still needs to be bigger. Okay. Let's do 80. Okay, yeah. Something like that. Maybe a little more. I think it needs to be a little more. Let's do 190. Yeah, this seems quite right. Yeah. Okay, now. So. Border. None. Border radius should be half, so 14 pixels of the lowest number. Bold and cursor pointer. Oh, pointer. Okay, let's see. It's good now. Need more space. 200. Let's see. Yeah, 200. Nah, a little bit more. Or what if I zoom in? No, it's more. Let's do. Too much. Now I think it's it. That's it. Nice. Oh, let me close this. I don't need this anymore. Okay. Forgot to add the margin. So let's add margin to the left of 8 pixels. Oh. Nice. Okay, should be it. No, the height is bigger. Yeah, the height is bigger. Let's do, instead of 28, let's do 40. Oh, that's too big now. Let's do 36. And then here, let's do 18. So always half. Too much now, I think. Let's do 34. So 16? No, not 16. Wait, my maths are mathing. So 16 plus 16 is 32, right? 17. Yeah. maths are fire now. Okay, yeah, that should be it. Yeah. Should be it. So now let's create the other class. So save dash button. Not save, save. Background color. No, it's white, it's white. White. And the color of the text is the RGB. So same values, 34 pixels. And then width should be quite low, so let's do 50 and see if it's enough. Should be enough. Maybe 60. Maybe 60. I'll check it later. Border style solid. One pixel. Shoot. Radius should be half, so 17. Sir. That's it, right? Solid, 1 pixel, half, pointer, bold, and margin. I think that's it. So let's save. Let's see. Oh. Then here. No, I forgot the color. And it's bigger as well. So let's do, instead of 60, let's do 70. Yeah, that's way better. Yeah, that's it. That's it. And now the color. So border color. Then RGB. Let's close the line. That's it. Okay, so I forgot to add the border color. Let's okay. They should be done now. Let's put this here and this here. Let's see. Request now. Somewhat the same, yeah. Head to cart is the same. Sign up is the same. Get started and download. Correct. And apply on the company website. And save. Are done. Okay. So for the last
So,
exercise,
This is a good.
here. Continuing from exercise 1G, recreate this design using CSS. Hint, you'll need the CSS properties, color, font type, and font size. Okay. Let's do it then. 2F. Let's see. I should join you whenever you're streaming. Add me on Discord. Nova pool. Okay. I don't do like how do I say it? Like co-work stuff. I don't know. I don't know if you are even a bot. so so yeah. Yeah, and the account that has been created 8 minutes ago. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I'll just time you out. Wait, what? Oh shoot, not this. Yeah, a little bit sus. So let's just time out him. Because I think I'm pretty sure it's a bot. I'm pretty sure it's a bot. But yeah. Let me just do this. I have to turn on the follow mode. How do I turn that on? Chat settings, I think it's here. No, it's not here. Let me see. Followers only, so let's see if this works. Follow. No, it doesn't work. So how do I do it? Create a dashboard. So create a dashboard. Then settings. It says settings moderation, but I don't have the moderation under settings tab, so it should be elsewhere. Oh, it's reverse. It's moderation then settings, I think. No, I'm lost, bro. I'm genuinely lost.
Only mode for this room. So that means you have to be following my stream for at least 30 minutes in order to chat up in here, okay? Now, if you just do it like I did here, and then you just type in, you just enable it without putting a duration, it's just gonna last indefinitely. So you just have to follow the channel in order to be able to chat in here. So that's
Yes,
always
and
the
that's
option.
what
But
I
now,
want
if you
to
want
do,
to turn it
100%.
off, like I said, I recommend if you're a smaller streamer, you're trying to get people in your chat, go ahead and go to your send messages, again, / go followers, off. Go ahead and send it. And streamers playbook, disabled followers only mode for this. If you have any,
Okay. So basically, this dude just did the thing and then didn't show how to do it.
you're just trying to
Okay,
like
that's
cancel out
interesting.
bots, maybe we go ahead and click enter. It says streamers playbook enabled 30 minutes followers only mode for this room. So that means you have to be following my stream for at least 30 minutes in order to chat up in here, okay? Now, if you just do it like I did here, and then you just type in, you just enable it without putting a duration, it's just gonna last indefinitely. So you just have to follow the channel in order.
How do I do this, bro? Come on. It's taking so much time. Well, I guess I'll leave it disabled for now, to be honest. Okay. Oh, it's been 3 hours since I've been streaming. I think I'll leave this last exercise for tomorrow, because I have to go. Oh shoot, I didn't even see the time. Holy. Well. Damn. Time passes by so quickly. Holy shoot. Well. Well, thank you so much, and Link, for being here today. Thank you so much for the follow as well, and being here and talking to me. Thanks for streaming. It was nice meeting you. Yeah, likewise, man. Thank you so much, and good luck for today if you're going to work or something like that. So yeah, have a great day, and tomorrow I'll be here at the same time. So if you can be here, or if you want to be here, yeah. Well, thank you so much, and yeah, have a great day. See ya, bro.